And we are spreading a lot of joy this season, but we do recognize that the holidays can be a tough time for many, especially if you're celebrating alone. Joining us with tips to help navigate that is Karlyn Percil. Always happy to see you, Karlyn, and have your energy in the studio. Let's talk about the reasons why people might be spending the holidays alone.
Yeah, and there are several reasons why that might be happening. It could be, COVID cautious. Maybe you moved to a new place. You need time to recharge. Maybe you're working out of a new town. You have no family.
Yeah.
And sometimes life happens, and you might be going through life without any support from anyone that you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're ill.
Yes.
Like with, you were saying COVID safe, but also you might be feeling like you're not feeling really good right now either.
Yes.
So if you are someone who is choosing to spend the holidays alone, do you have to explain that? Do you have to explain that to everybody?
No, you don't have to explain that to anyone. But what I encourage folks to do is to get clear on your why, so you don't abandon yourself due to peer pressure.
Okay.
So create a little note and write it to yourself. And we're not encouraged as adults to center ourselves or center our needs or to be okay with being exploring all of who we are. So that time to recharge, write out your why. Put it somewhere you can see it. Rehearse. Will you be telling people in person? Or maybe you want to text them.
Right.
And most importantly, note if you'd like people to check in or not. Because sometimes it is okay for you to take time for yourself and with your thoughts and spend that time alone. And don't over-explain.
Don't over-explain.
Learn to sit with the discomfort of choosing yourself.
Ooh.
When we do that, we also teach others to do the same.
I love that. The other thing is just this whole idea of people putting out their boundaries. It is, I feel like we're seeing more of that, like in this sort of pandemic, post-pandemic period. And it's odd to see it because you wouldn't see it before. People just saying, I'm not coming and no reason why, but I don't want to be a part of it for whatever reason. So the more we do it, the more we normalize it.
Yes.
So thank you for that. How do we support someone spending the holidays alone?
Again, talking about creating that culture shift around, again, being okay if you're alone.
Yeah.
It also gives us an opportunity for us to check in, right? To see. You can ask, is it okay if I check in?
Yeah.
Or maybe, how can I support you during this time?
Right.
And it's also important for us to recognize that if you are uncomfortable with my boundaries of spending time alone, please don't share it. Please don't project your judgment or your insecurity on me. Use that opportunity to sit with it and ask yourself, why am I so uncomfortable with Tracy wanting time by herself over the holidays? Where is that coming from? Because usually when we're judging others, it's coming from our own perception of self and not being comfortable taking space for who we are.
Yeah.
The other thing is, don't assume. Just because someone would like to be alone over the holidays, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with them.
Right.
Again, having that clear understanding that let's normalize boundaries during the holidays. And the last thing that I would say, maybe you can offer to do something with them if they choose to have company, because that's also an option as well. Go for a walk with them, volunteer, maybe spend time at a shelter or so forth.
I think it's a beautiful thing to give people space.
Yes.
But also give people space with the caveat that if you need me, I'm here. So you just tell me how you want me to show up, and I'll show up in that way. But I think that's a lovely thing to offer someone. So any suggestions for making the holidays meaningful if you are choosing to spend them alone?
Yes, and it's time for yourself, so don't feel over-pressured to do anything.
Right.
My alone time, I love being in a onesie, watching movies and doing nothing else, right? So think about decorating if you'd like to. What do you want your home or your space to feel like? Play music, set up your holiday playlist, maybe have a dance party. Get those holiday movies,
So cheesy, and I watch them all.
All of them. And again,
coming.
If you like that company, you can also schedule some watch parties.
Yes.
Again, volunteering, maybe going to a shelter. I also encourage folks, and T, you're such a great example of that, purchasing items from the dollar store, whether it's socks, gift cards, and hand them out. Maybe if you want to go out for a walk.
Give them out. People need it now more than ever. They need your food, they need your shoes, they need your bags, they need your blankets. Like, give all the stuff.
Exactly. And do something creative. You can color, you can paint, or you can set your goals for the new year. And you can also treat yourself. Maybe you want to dress up at your house, at home, order a fancy meal, and spend that time renewing your commitment with self, but most importantly, who do you want to be as you enter the new year?
I love that. We've been talking a lot on the show about giving yourself just the space to dream, daydream, do nothing. It's something that's sort of gone out the window in the digital era.
It needs to come back.
And it needs to come back because in that time, it's part of your productivity. It should be part of your productivity. Doing nothing is part of your productivity. Anyways, beautiful tips. I almost want to spend it alone. No, just joking. I'll be with my family. Thank you.